One of the things that we're going to do when we visit your home is we're going to ask you, what updates have you done to your house? What improvements have you made to your home? How old is your air conditioning unit? How old is your roof? So it's a good idea for you to make a list before we visit with you so that you can just give that list to us, and that way we know what updates have been made to the home, because that's going to be important, because while you're getting your house ready to sell and preparing by cleaning and decluttering, we are doing our homework too, and that is, tell them, Melissa.
That's right. We're going to go out and we're going to compare your home, what it has, what it doesn't have, the size, the square footage, the age, all that good stuff that you've told us, with homes in the area that have already sold.
We're going to take all of this information and we're going to create what's called a CMA, and that's a comparative market analysis. And this CMA is going to allow us to analyze what other homes in your subdivision, preferably your subdivision, have sold for in the last 3 to 6 months. And we have to really dig deep into that, because we have to make concessions. For example, if your home has 4 bedrooms and a home in your neighborhood has the same square footage, is similar to your house in
age,
flooring and age and all of that, but the only difference is it has 1 extra bedroom, then we have to make a concession for that in pricing. So it is a tedious process for us, and it's very important for us to know exactly what updates you've made to the home, and if you've built on added square footage and things like that. So we're going to be doing our homework as well.
And the age of things. So we definitely want to make sure we're comparing apples to apples. Now, I know a lot of sellers say, well, the one down the street's going for, well, if it's on the market for a certain price, that doesn't mean it's sold for a certain price. Right. And that's what we have to use in order to do our comparables. Because when an appraiser comes to your house, when you're under contract, they're going to appraise the house based on the other solds in the area, not what's on the market.
That's right.
So we want to make sure we're getting as close to that as we possibly can. We want to get you the most money for your house, but we've got to be reasonable.
Right. We want to put it on the market for it to sell, because that's our goal, is to sell your house. Right. But sometimes we have trouble finding comparables, and it happens. It does. And that, I think that's one of the most difficult jobs for us when we're listing a home, is putting that value on the home. Because if we don't have any comps to use, then we've got to really go out a little bit further. So when there's no comps in your neighborhood, then what we do is we go a little bit further out, and a little bit further out, or we might go a little bit older home. Right. So there are different adjustments that we make when we make that, when we are going through that process of that comparable market analysis. And that's why it's so important for you to have a real estate agent. Because if you know, some people say, well, I'm going to sell my house by myself for sell by owner. That's great. When we wish you good luck with that. But, for you don't have access to the data and to the things that we have access to in order to put an appropriate price on your house to get it sold.
And a lot of people also want to do the whole price per square foot thing, which can be a guide, and that's a guide for us when we go to pull the comparables for your house. So we can go up or down a certain percentage. So if you have a 3,000 square foot house, we're going to use anywhere from 2,700 to 3,300, where a lot of people don't understand that, and they compare it to the one down the street that's 1,000 square feet bigger, and they want to do price per square foot, or the lot size is very different. All that goes into that price per square foot. So if we have a 25,000 square foot lot and a 15,000 square foot lot, that distorts the price per square foot. So we don't really use that. We just use the square footage to gather our sample.
That's right. That's right. We want to make sure that we're comparing, like she said, apples to apples. And when we give you that CMA, is what we call it, the CMA is going to give a range. It's going to give a low, medium, and high. So that's where we sit down with you and we say, okay, well, it's recommended based on our comps that the low price for this house would be this, and the high price here. We typically recommend to our sellers to kind of go to the median price. But this is a decision that you have to make. All we do is give you a recommendation on what we have gathered, the data we've gathered on the homes that are comparable to yours, but the ultimate decision is yours on what you will price your home at.
Right.
So once we put your house on the market, there's something that we want you to understand, and that is that the market has shifted. It's no longer a seller's market. So, you know, a couple of years ago, you could put your house on the market on Thursday and it'd be gone by Sunday.
Right.
And that's just not the market that we're in.
No, we're back to a more typical flat market where 30 to 60 days on the market is pretty typical for an average home. Now, there are some homes that have special things. If you're talking about early summer, springtime, and you have a pool, chances are you might go a little faster than the next one. But that's, you know, you can't be discouraged after 30 days if you don't have a full price or overpriced offer.
Exactly. You can't be discouraged. Now, if after 30 days we've had 0 showings, no interest or anything like that, well, then we might want to...
wrong.
Yeah, we've got to adjust something. So we would then sit down with you and have a conversation about what can we do to attract buyers to your house. You know, we want to look at our pictures. You know, were the professional pictures done well? Do we want to retake some different angles of those pictures?
Right.
And mentioning that, one thing I do want to say is if you do have a realtor and they're not using a professional photographer, they are doing you an injustice.
That's right.
It is, you know, buyers are online today.
That's right.
The first contact a buyer is going to have with your home is pictures online.
That's right.
So you need to have professional pictures taken, and that's what we do. We provide professional pictures to make sure that your house is attracting online buyers, because that's where they're going to see your house first.
That's exactly right. And if the pic, you can tell when iPhones are great nowadays, but you can still tell when the pictures have been taken with a phone versus a professional photographer coming in. And I have clients, and I've been known to keep scrolling just because they don't look as good. And so if it doesn't look good online, we can't get them in the front door. And if we can't get them in the front door, it's going to be really hard to sell your house.
You know, we also offer staging services. Now, we do come in and, you know, as in our video, we show you how to declutter and how to...
The basics.
Yeah, the basics, getting your house ready to put on the market. But you know what? You might be able to optimize the way a room looks and the space that room has by moving furniture in a different location.
Right.
We're not interior decorators.
Right.
We personally don't do professional staging, but we do offer that service.
Right.
And it is highly recommended if you're trying to market your home, especially homes over $400,000 and $500,000 price points. Highly recommend that we get those homes staged to
Those stages just have an eye of what attracts buyers, what doesn't, what might turn them off. Again, you're used to things in your home, but the buyers, you know, have a little bit different eye.
Exactly. And sometimes they stage the home with what you already have,
Right,
or you
most of
can,
the time.
or we can move everything out and bring stuff in. It's just whatever works best for you and your budget. So,
right.
but that's pretty much, you know, the process that you'll go through in getting your house on the market and sold. We, you know, as we show in our other video, we have to first come in and get the house decluttered, cleaned up, deep clean, get curb appeal ready to go. We have to come in, do a CMA to determine the value of your home. And then we put that sign in the yard and we get it listed.
And we start marketing it.
Absolutely. And so our next video is going to be on how to get your home ready for that professional photographer and that photo shoot.
That's right.
Until next time, I'm Mundy,
I'm Melissa.
signing off.
This video was produced by Visionary Masterminds.
One of the things when we come to your house for the first time and we sit down with you and we walk through your house and we, okay, scratch that. When we come to your house, stop. Okay.
Yeah.